can't believe it. I mean, you and then the Zeppelin and the fire. And the altar says that... Do you have any idea what all of this means? You speak! I mean, of course you speak. What am I, a blathering idiot? Wait, what did you say? Maybe I should be writing all of this down. I am at a loss here. I don't quite know what to do. I mean, you are the... Oh, of course you are. I mean, you do know who you are, right? Of course you do. What sort of brainless, half-baked question is that for what do you call yourself? Please, forgive me. I'm making a bloody mess of this whole affair. My name is Virgil, madam, and I'm new to the Panari religion. Your religion, and I... Oh, wait, I hereby dedicate... commit my life to the living one. I, Virgil, am at your service, madam. Please, forgive me, I'm making a bloody mess of this whole affair. My name is Virgil, sir, and I'm new to the Panari religion. Your religion, and I... Oh, wait! I, hereby dedicate... commit my life to the living one. I, Virgil, am at your service, sir. Yes, of course. You see, you're him. I mean, the reincarnation of, what's his name? I can never remember. And I'm always getting him mixed up with the other fellow, the bad one. You, well, you know how all of those old elven names sound the same. Yes, of course you're not really him, just his reincarnation. I mean, that is the case, right? I have to admit, I'm no expert in elven philosophy or prophecy. Bloody confusing, you know. All those these, thous. Not that it's not interesting. Yes, right. Just give me a moment here. You see, the Panari, that's the religion that was formed around the things that he said. I mean, that you said. Oh, forget it. Let's start at the beginning. Or this beginning, since there is a lot more that came before this. You are the reincarnation of a powerful elf who the Panari worship, and whose name is, right. Yes, the name. Wait. I remember something. It is written in the scriptures. The living one will live again on wings of fire. No, wait. I think it says, reborn on wings of fire. Oh, blood and ashes. Why do elves always have to be so damn cryptic? I don't know about the ring, but this business about the evil one returning. As I've said, I don't know a whole lot about the Panari prophecies, but I think you were supposed to return and fight someone evil. Bloody hell! I should know more of this. Blast it all! There's a damned altar around here somewhere. Look on that if you're so bloody smart. Esteemed living one, madam. Look, I'm as new to all of this as you are. I thought this was all allegorical until I saw you crawl from that flaming Zeppelin wreckage unscathed. It seems the Panari were right after all. Blast it all! There's a damned altar around here somewhere. Look on that if you're so bloody smart. Esteemed living one, sir. Look, I'm as new to all of this as you are. I thought this was all allegorical until I saw you crawl from that flaming Zeppelin wreckage unscathed. It seems the Panari were right after all. You said that, not me. Look, I'm no fanatic, but I can't deny what I've seen with my own eyes. That altar is just southeast of here. I think it might explain a few things. And if you'll just come to Shrouded Hills with me, then you can speak with the Elder Joachim. He will know everything, and then you can make your choice. The path out of here leading down to Shrouded Hills is down to the southeast. We'll stop by the Panari Shrine on the way out. See if it makes any of this any more clear. We should look for any other survivors before we leave, though. What do you think? Look, I understand this whole thing sounds ridiculous, but let me just accompany you down the mountain to Shrouded Hills. I can introduce you to my mentor, Elder Joachim. He can explain this all better than I can. I'm rather new to this whole Panari thing myself. Look, I understand this whole thing sounds ridiculous, especially with you being a gnome, but let me just accompany you down the mountain to Shrouded Hills. I can introduce you to my mentor, Elder Joachim. He can explain this all better than I can. I'm rather new to this whole Panari thing myself. nothing. It's just that the living one is the reincarnation of a powerful elf wizard. I can't, remember his name, but I think it's carved down on that altar. I'd have thought you'd have been an elf, or perhaps a half-elf. Look, I understand this whole thing sounds ridiculous, especially with you being human, and female besides, but let me just accompany you down the mountain to Shrouded Hills. I can introduce you to my mentor, Elder Joachim. He can explain this all better than I can. I'm rather new to this whole Panari thing myself. Look, I understand this whole thing sounds ridiculous, especially with you being human, but let me just accompany you down the mountain to Shrouded Hills. I can introduce you to my mentor, Elder Joachim. He can explain this all better than I can. I'm rather new to this whole Panari thing myself. Look, I understand this whole thing sounds ridiculous, especially with you being dwarven, but let me just accompany you down the mountain to Shrouded Hills. I can introduce you to my mentor, Elder Joachim. He can explain this all better than I can. I'm rather new to this whole Panari thing myself. Look, I understand this whole thing sounds ridiculous, especially with you being a halfling, but let me just accompany you down the mountain to Shrouded Hills. I can introduce you to my mentor, Elder Joachim. He can explain this all better than I can. I'm rather new to this whole Panari thing myself. Look, I understand this whole thing sounds ridiculous, especially with you being a half-orc, and female besides, but let me just accompany you down the mountain to Shrouded Hills. I can introduce you to my mentor, Elder Joachim. He can explain this all better than I can. I'm rather new to this whole Panari thing myself. Look, I understand this whole thing sounds ridiculous, especially with you being a half-orc, but let me just accompany you down the mountain to Shrouded Hills. I can introduce you to my mentor, Elder Joachim. He can explain this all better than I can. I'm rather new to this whole Panari thing myself. Look, I understand this whole thing sounds ridiculous, especially with you being a half-ogre, but let me just accompany you down the mountain to Shrouded Hills. I can introduce you to my mentor, Elder Joachim. He can explain this all better than I can. I'm rather new to this whole Panari thing myself. The Panari are a religion, based on the belief that you will return to destroy evil or something like that. No, wait. I think there's someone you're meant to fight. You know, that other fellow. The evil one. Oh, it's all so elven, wrapped up in fancy language and metaphors and all that. I told you I was new at this. Imagine the way I must feel. Here you are, the chosen one, living one, and I can't even remember who you're supposed to be. Please, just follow me to Shrouded Hills and we'll talk to the Elder Joachim. He's very knowledgeable about the Panari and will know much better what to do. Look, obviously we're both involved in this whether we like it or not. Please, you must trust me. I know all of this sounds ludicrous, but if you'll just speak with the Elder Joachim, I don't want to fail him. As far as I can remember, the scriptures make reference to there being something unusual or unexpected about you when you return. You're not actually him, just the, spiritual embodiment of his essence or something like that. Let's see, he was, the leader of the Elven Council during the Age of Legends. At least I think that's what it was called. He was the greatest being that ever lived, to hear Elder Joachim tell it. After seeing what I just did, I don't know what to believe anymore. Believe me, I'm no saint, friend. A week ago I would have laughed at all of this. But now, I just don't know. Listen, madam, I may be new to the Panari, but that does not mean that this morning was my first sunrise. Are we clear on that? I can see that you're as muddled about all of this as I am, and I don't appreciate being made a fool of. Keep that up, and I'll tell you where you can stow that living one rubbish. Madam, listen, sir. I may be new to the Panari, but that doesn't mean that this morning was my first sunrise. Are we clear on that? I can see that you're as muddled about all of this as I am, and I don't appreciate being made a fool of. You keep that up, and I'll tell you where you can stow that living one rubbish. Sir? Wait! I didn't mean any disrespect. I mean, you can say whatever it is you'd like to. Ah, bloody hell! I can't act the simpering fool. Listen, I really do believe in what the Panari have to say. And I chose this life because, well, the life I had before wasn't what you'd call a noble one. You have returned to destroy evil, or, actually, I think there's someone you are meant to fight. I told you I'm new at this. I need to bring you to meet my mentor, Elder Joachim. He's down the mountain in Shrouded Hills. He can tell us what we're meant to do. Please, I need to bring you to my mentor, Elder Joachim. He's down the mountain in Shrouded Hills. He can tell us what we're meant to do. Please, find Elder Joachim in Shrouded Hills, then. I will be here meditating if you should change your mind. Well, that part is a bit blurry. Oh, blast it all, the whole bloody thing is blurry. I don't know, and that's just the way of it. Forgive my temper. I'm a bit frustrated here. Listen, let's go to Shrouded Hills and talk with the Elder Joachim. He's my teacher, and he'll be able to explain to you what's going on. By the gods! I cannot believe that the Living One has been reincarnated in the body of an imbecile. You are the reincarnation of, well, I'm not exactly sure who it was, but, you are here to save us. Yes! You have been reborn! You are a powerful elf. You, oh, bloody hell, this is ridiculous. Why did the gods return your spirit in this defective shell? If only I wasn't so new to the Panari religion. Follow me, idiot. I mean, oh, Living One. I need to take you down the mountain to Shrouded Hills to meet with the Elder Joachim. He'll know what to do with you. I apologize for any offense, Living One. Please accompany me to Shrouded Hills. Have you changed your mind? I am ready to follow you if that is my path. I can only hope that you will change your mind. I will wait here until your return. Madam, you might wish to consult your map. I believe there might be a quicker way to Shrouded Hills. Sir, you might wish to consult your map. I believe there might be a quicker way to Shrouded Hills. By the gods! This is not possible. I don't know about the ring, but this business about the Evil One returning... As I've said, I don't know a whole lot about the Panari prophecies, but I think you were supposed to return and fight someone evil. Oh, bloody hell. I should know more of this. If only Elder Joachim were here. Joachim, well, gave me a hand when I needed it. Showed me the truth of the Panari and its beliefs. He's a very wise man, and will know what needs to be done. I would like to clear up your confusion, but I am new to the Panari religion myself. I must bring you to meet my mentor, Elder Joachim. He can answer your questions. He is in Shrouded Hills, a town at the base of these mountains. Dying gnome? What are you talking about? Elder Joachim is staying at the inn next to the bank. Joachim's room is at the end of the hall on the left. What is it that you want of me? What can I answer for you? Yes, of course. What would you like me to do? I'm ready to get going when you are. I don't like leaving you alone, but I'll wait here until you return. No, I can help. You must... I see. Well, I'll wait here, meditating on the scriptures until you return. I'm so glad that you're safe. I mean, I never doubted that. Well, it's good to see you anyhow. How might I serve you? Was there anything else I can do for you? Yes, of course! It's about time. I mean, whatever you think is best. I'm here to serve, to guide you when I can. Thank Nasruddin, you're... Wait, you are Nasruddin. Oh, blast it! I'm glad you finally returned. How might I serve you? Well, I wasn't waiting here for nothing. I mean, forgive me for the outburst. Whatever your will is, I am here to serve. I would be honored to, walk again by your side. This is Shrouded Hills. There's an old Panari temple here. The Elder Joachim told me that it was once a very important place to the Panari. I don't know much else about the place beyond that. Tarant? I don't know much about the place. I don't much like cities. Always feel so crowded, hedged in. I'd rather not say any more about it, really. I don't like this place. It's filled with pirates and brigands. None of these sea dogs can be trusted, I tell you. I used to want to live here. It is meant to be a nice place, but it's too big for my tastes. I don't know much about this place except for the pits. The Durnholm pits are reputed to be the most miserable prison in Arcanum. Worse even than the Isle of Despair. Are you serious? This is where the elves live? You know what that means, eh? Elven women. Oh, I've heard tales, I tell you. Huh. Ashbury. I hate towns like this. Boring, backwards people. Not much in the way of excitement, either. Fantastic! This is Stillwater. They have that cult here, Gushana or something. They have an orgy every year and call it a religious festival. Fantastic! This is Stillwater. They have that cult here, Gushana or something. They have an orgy every year and call it a religious festival. We should go speak with some of the locals, eh? This is the Ring of Brodgar. Joachim told me that it was what the Panari originally based their religion around, but it seems to have become unimportant somehow. He was rather upset about it, as a matter of fact. Joachim's a bit of a purist, he is. I wish I could remember what its importance was. Oh, excuse me, madam. I was thinking about someone I knew that was sent here. He was killed within a week. Pains me to even think about it. This is truly a horrible fate. Oh, excuse me, sir. I was thinking about someone I knew that was sent here. He was killed within a week. It pains me to even think about it. This is truly a horrible fate. I don't know much about these mountains, but the Panari believed that this was the site where the living one would come again. There's a shrine around here explaining that much. Shrouded Hills, a small village, is just a ways down the mountain to the west of here. I think we should do two things. We should try and find the Elder Joachim, and then find out who the owner of that ring is. I suppose we should try and find this P. Schuyler and Sons in Tarrant. Perhaps they will know who the owner of the ring is. We should try and find Gilbert Bates, seeing as how that ring is his. He's fairly famous. They say he invented the steam engine, and I think he lives in Tarrant. Looks like we need to travel to the Black Mountain clan and try to find out what's going on here. Maybe we can find out where Stenner Rock Cutter escaped from and find out why everyone seems to want us dead. Well, obviously, we need to find someone insane enough to take us to the Isle of Despair. We need to locate the Black Mountain clan on the Isle of Despair, I suppose. Oh, I'm not looking forward to this. I've spent my life trying to stay off that cursed island. I mean, everyone has heard how horrible it is to be sent there. Oh, nothing. You know, the stories mothers tell their children to get them to eat their vegetables and do their chores. You end up growing up fearing the place. An irrational childhood fear, really. Talking to the leader of the Wheel clan looks to be our next step. Well, this ought to be interesting at least. They're the head clan of all the dwarves, but they've been extremely reclusive ever since us humans got the steam engine. First dwarves and now the elves. This insanity is going to drag us all over this continent. Kintara is located somewhere in the Glimmering Forest, I believe. We'll need to go to Stillwater to find someone who can give us directions to it. Now that we know the location of Kintara, we should go there as soon as possible. This could prove to be interesting. I've always wanted to see the ancestral home of the elves. It is said to be breathtakingly beautiful. We need to find out who this Renford A. Terwilliger is. His name sounds familiar, but I can't seem to place it. He did something that made him famous. Let's go to the library in Tarrant. We need to get ourselves a copy of Horror Among the Dark Elves. We need to find Caledon. I'm sorry to say I don't know where it is. Down south somewhere? Well, since this Victor Misk fellow is meant to have a copy of Horror Among the Dark Elves, we need to find him. Well, as ill-advised as it may be, it seems we need to go and speak with the Dark Elves in Senang. We need to find out all we can about this Aranax. We should go speak with that Silver Lady again. She should be able to tell us about him, or at least what we should do next. My name is Virgil, idiot, exalted living one, madam. As far as what our next step is, I believe that we should do two things. We should try to find the Elder Joachim, and then find out who the owner of that ring is. My name is Virgil, idiot, exalted living one, sir. As far as what our next step is, I believe that we should do two things. We should try to find the Elder Joachim, and then find out who the owner of that ring is. Virgil. My name is Virgil! We should try to find Gilbert Bates. Bates? Inventor of the steam engine. By the gods, you are dense! We find Bates. He lives in Tarrant. Well, as invigorating as it was, we probably shouldn't have killed that Bates fellow before we knew what we were meant to do to solve this mystery we seem to be involved in. Perhaps we should search his house for some sort of clue. Look, imbecile! The name is Virgil. As invigorating, as fun as killing the doddering old fool was, now we don't know what to do next. We search Bates' house, okay? I don't even know what you just called me. All right, genius. Let's go to the Black Mountain Mines and see if we can find out why everyone is trying to kill us. We need to... Hey, you called me Virgil. Good show! Perhaps you're wising up a bit after all. Let's go find someone insane enough to take us to the Isle of Despair. Not again. Look, madam, my name is Virgil. We need to go speak with the leader of the Wheel Clan. Let's go, genius. Not again. Look, sir, my name is Virgil. We need to go speak with the leader of the Wheel Clan. Let's go, genius. Yes, I agree. And I wish you'd stop going on about it, Magnus. I mean, these dwarves, even for the undead, they look a bit odd, misshapen or something. And the stonework in this tomb is atrocious. I'm not one to profane the dead, but I'd never claim these oddities as my lost people. Well, to be honest, I'm not at all happy with what's been happening, living one or no. I don't want to fail the Elder Joachim, but I don't know if I like the way you're doing things here. I won't take much more of this. I don't know. So far, I'm not too impressed. Oh, all right. You know I'm with you till the bitter end. But watch yourself from now on. You might be the living one, but that doesn't mean I won't teach you a lesson or two if I have to. The telegram sent by Elder Joachim. I don't know what to make of it. It seems that he thinks it's very important to find out why these men are trying to kill you. Much more important than being here to protect you. It is, blast it! I'm sorry, I don't mean to get so angry. I just don't have any idea what's going on here. All I know is that Joachim showed me a better way, a new faith, and now I'm involved in something even I don't believe. What do you think? Yes, there is a particular wisdom in your words. And crying about this prophecy gibberish isn't going to keep a knife out of your ribs. I'll shut up for a while and we'll concentrate on that ring. If we find the owner, maybe we'll find out why those bloody assassins want it so badly. All right. Listen, Tarant is a big city, and a man needs to watch what he does and who he talks to. Believe me, I know a lot about surviving in places like this. This and worse. Just keep one eye always open, and one hand always on your weapon. You can't trust strangers, and sometimes not even your friends. Well, that was another time. I know my way around. Just be on your guard and I'll be watching out for you as well. No, I don't want to talk about it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. There's so much I have to learn. Joachim says the free man is defined by what he does today. I look no more behind me. Yes, let's keep moving forward. Yes, I know. It seems I'll have to make the choices around here. Let's find the owner of that ring. Maybe then we can figure out why those bloody assassins are trying to kill you. Onward then? Just my luck. The Almighty comes back and needs a bloody nanny. Oh, that's just bloody wonderful. Then maybe I'll just go home and leave you to get your skull smashed by... Listen, I don't understand this any more than you do. Not long ago, I'd have had a good belly laugh over this whole thing. What do you think? So, you think me a religious fool? You think that all of this is just a coincidence? Perhaps a big misunderstanding? Why don't you just go ahead and tell that to the next man that comes to cut your bloody throat? Want to know what I think? I'd say there's nothing more contrived than a dead fool. Listen, I'm sorry. I have a short temper. I don't always think before I speak. I didn't mean to offend you. Please, I have a responsibility here. To Joachim. To myself. Aren't we quite a pair? The would-be elven god and his jester. I don't know which one of us is crazier. We'll probably both end up in the asylum. Might be a tad safer in any case. At least there you know who the bloody madmen are. Excuse me, that book is interesting, don't you think? It seems that these Malokian hand assassins were part of some larger group called the Darien Ka. What did he call them? The Order of the Dead. Obviously, these fellows all had some sort of a disagreement. Not all that bad. Ha! Obviously, Joachim hasn't run into them lately. That fellow Trellian did sound like an agreeable sort, though, didn't he? Anyone who chooses to side against something called the Order of the Dead is all right in my book. Yes, you've got a point there. I'm sure the man was no saint. Then again, who really is? We've all got, well, blood on our hands. In the end, we all just play the roles given us. Sometimes they don't fit so well, but I guess we make do. Yes, I'd never have thought myself worthy of this affair, and I shouldn't be making judgments about anyone's character. I think I'd best just keep my bloody mouth shut. Listen, there's something that happened to me. Well, because of me, because I was foolish, because I was a coward. Burdens like mine, they don't go away. They always come back to collect what is due them. Someday the balance will have to be paid. No, I shouldn't have said anything about it. As I've said, the past is in the past. I don't know. I was hoping that Joachim would be here to give us a little guidance. It seems we've been running blind without the reins, doesn't it? I guess we should just stick to the task at hand. Yes, the day's not getting any younger. You're not a bad sort, but sometimes even a religious man's got his limits. Well, my slow friend, it seems that Joachim has left us once again, and I've once again been given the responsibility of keeping you alive. Ha! I couldn't have said it better myself! I suppose there's nowhere to go but ahead. Let's stick to the task at hand. Oh, I'm no complainer, but sometimes this just isn't fair. You should really read the book that Joachim left for us. It must be important. I don't know what you're talking about, Pollock. I'm sure we've never seen each other before today. Be careful with him. I've heard, rumors about him. This is not the time or the place to talk about such things. Just watch yourself and be smart about what you say. What is this? It seems a strange flying device, but much smaller than the blimp. I've never seen anything like it. And isn't that an ogre among the wreckage? It seems very unlikely that an ogre would have the intelligence to fly such a complex device. I see you took that amulet he was wearing. Do you recognize that symbol on its face? Do you see that strange amulet that he's wearing? And that symbol on its face? I don't recognize it. Do you? Something isn't quite right about all of this. I don't remember the, scriptures talking about flying ogres and the like. We'd better get to Shrouded Hills and find Elder Joachim as soon as possible. Yes, whatever you say, O living one. Oh, this is unbelievable. It seems even fate is not without a sense of humor. Hold on. Do you see the amulet that he's wearing? What's that strange symbol on its face? Yes, whatever you say, O living one. This is unbelievable. It seems even fate is not without a sense of humor. At least you had the wits to notice the amulet he was wearing. Do you recognize it? Why am I not surprised? Oh well, let's be on our way, and be careful. These wolves are none too friendly. Oh, I'm sorry, I had something to do here. I'm ready to go when you are. Nothing. This is someone I used to know. Many years ago, I just thought I should stop by and pay my respects. Lawrence was my friend. We grew up together. In Tarrant, actually. Our, families moved to Caledon when we were older. He died in an accident. A terrible accident. I don't want to talk about it. Please, let's just be on our way. I'll be here meditating until we can once again travel together. I'm sorry, well, forget it. Excuse me, I'll just be a moment. Perhaps another time. Please, just give me a moment. The altar should clear things up for us a bit. It says, and the spirit of Nazarene shall be reborn on wings of fire in hills shrouded in fog, and fight the last battle with the evil one. I'm sorry, but I don't know. I guess we better find out, considering you're supposed to fight him. I'm sorry. I know this is all a bit much, considering what you've just been through. Let's just get to Shrouded Hills. Yes, of course. I know you might not believe in all this, but I do. Might you show me a little more respect? Well, maybe I will, No, that's going to get us nowhere. Fine. Say whatever you'd like. I suppose you're entitled to your opinion. This man was a hired killer. Someone doesn't want anyone walking away from this blimp crash. Yes, that may very well be the case. It might be a good idea to find out who owns that ring. Yes, let's go to Shrouded Hills. Excuse me, you don't need to take such treatment from this dwarf. Bloody annoying little runt, if you ask me. I mean, look at him, putting on airs like he's some sort of native dwarf. I'd be surprised if he's ever even been out of the city in his entire life. You can always smell a city dwarf a mile away. He's probably got a manicure. His beard looks a bit scraggly, too. Probably out past his bedtime. This is becoming a habit, it seems. Thank you for returning me to this world. Of course. You needn't even ask. Will there be anything else? If you do not wish to resurrect me, please, leave me to rest in peace. Thanks again for bringing me back. What can I do for you? This is becoming a habit, it seems. Thank you for returning me to this world. Excuse me, I have something I need to talk with you about. I have to leave. There's something I need to do. Something I should have done a long time ago. Listen, I'm sorry things have to be this way. I stayed with you as long as I could. I tried to forget, but it burns within me, won't leave me alone. I have to go to Caledon. If I can, I'll return to you. If not, well, I wish you the best of luck. Yes. Goodbye, then. I'm sorry. I have no choice. I can no longer live with it. I must go and do what must be done. Farewell, living one. Forgive me, but I must go. I don't know about this gnome. There's something about him I just don't like. He seems awfully eager to go with us, especially after we've just met him. Believe me, I had a questionable sort of past, and I know how to spot a bad seed. Trust me, you want nothing to do with this gnome. Yes, I know, but there's something about this gnome. I can't quite put my finger on it. Believe me, I've had the questionable sort of past, and I know how to spot a bad seed. Trust me, you want nothing to do with this gnome. Sorry to interrupt, but it seems Joachim has discovered something. These individuals seem to be part of some larger plot. A plot against you. Yes, they're the same amulets we found on the orcs in those flying machines. The orcs who shot down the IFS Zephyr. Did they somehow know you were going to be on that blimp? The elder Joachim seems to think that they know who you are. I mean, who you really are. Yes, that fellow was awfully curious about the blimp crash and the ring. Perhaps just a little too curious. I don't think I believe his story about that fellow being his brother. I think we should heed Elder Joachim's warning and get out of this place as soon as possible. He is, well, someone who helped me out when I needed it. I met him in a small village at a Panari temple. I was, a bit down on my luck. He showed me that you don't always have to take what life gives you, that there's always a better path, and that it's always your choice to travel it. I'd rather not talk about it anymore, but Joachim is a great man, well-versed in the ways of the Panari, and also in the ways of the world. If he thinks we're in trouble, then we are. Let's get out of here and get to Tarant. Good God! What's happened here? These men, I've never seen them before. I think there's a note on the floor. Perhaps you should pick it up. Greetings, my friend. It seems we both have come a long way. Thank you. Thank you for bringing me back. These men, they were the men who killed my brother, Lawrence. I had come here tonight to confront my past once and for all. I knew that it would most certainly lead to my own death, but I just couldn't run from it any longer. Yes, it no longer holds any power over me. Before I met you, before I met Joachim, I was very different. I was a criminal, really. An evil man. There's no other way to say it, and I don't mind admitting it to you now. I lived my life like a dead man. Well, at least in the sense that I used to view such things. I cared very little for anything at all. I lived only from moment to moment. No sense of right or wrong. I stole or lied or even killed with no thought for morality or consequence. And the men I associated with were the same way. Such lives feed upon themselves. My family moved to Caledon when I was younger. Lawrence and I were close in our early years, but the life I chose to lead as I grew older was repulsive to him, and we finally had a falling out. At the time, I didn't care. The dead have no family, and remember not their pasts. This place is a place for the walking dead, a place where men gather to feed their darker sides. I knew it well, too well. I spent a lot of time here, time and money. I also gambled with men who make a living doing so, and one night I lost more money than I had. I was threatened physically when I couldn't pay. But what is pain to dead men? I laughed and bled and spat on them. It was only then that they threatened to kill my brother if I didn't pay. Of course, I thought it was only a threat, and really, in the end, I didn't feel anything about the matter. I'd left all that behind me, or at least that's what I thought. I can't tell you the pain which tore open my very soul when I found Lawrence, bleeding and broken, the life gone out of him. I cursed myself and the gods and everything else I had forsaken, and I ran. I ran so far and so fast that I don't remember anything until I woke up on the doorstep of the Panari Temple, where Joachim took me in. I was just saying that I came here tonight to face my past, and to avenge my brother whom I betrayed. These men were the men who killed him. I knew that I wouldn't survive, but the weight of his death and my cowardice were too much to bear any longer. And here you found me. Yes, of course, yes. I saw Lawrence, you see. I saw him on the other side. We didn't really speak, but I felt that he was at peace, that he held no ill will towards me. That lessened my guilt, allowed me to see that those choices I'd made were made by someone else, another man, and that I had left that man behind. It was, peaceful, I suppose. I remember very little. I have memories of a gray place, warm, silent. There was no pain there, no suffering. And I remember feeling that it was boundless, a place that was no place, not a prison nor a punishment, but freedom without end. I did in a strange way. You've no idea what it's like to let go of everything that constitutes our struggles in this life. Pain, greed, envy, guilt. It's liberating, even in its emptiness. I can honestly say that I wanted to come back, to finish what I'd began with you, but that a small part of me wanted very badly to stay. And I think that I carry that gray place with me always, a small piece of death. I know you would have, but this was a journey that I had to make myself. This all sounds so bloody serious, doesn't it? This wise and introspective gibberish doesn't fit me very well. I'll do my best to put a cap on it. But it has changed me for the better, and I thank you once again. Was there anything else, my friend? Yes, of course I will journey with you, as your protector and as your friend. As if I've got a bloody choice. Aren't we all just pawns of prophecy? And something else. I'm not sure, but I think that something has happened to me as a result of all this. I may be better equipped to face Aranax when the time comes. Yes, let us continue on. Oh, yes, well, I guess that this is goodbye. I didn't think that, Good luck to you in your journey, wherever it takes you. If you need me, I will be meditating outside the Panari Temple here in Caledon. Hello, my friend. It is good to see you. What is it you need? What is it that you want of me? What can I answer for you? Yes, of course. What would you like me to do? I'm ready to get going when you are. You know, for a divine being, sometimes you don't act so smart. I don't like leaving you alone, but I'll wait here until you return. Well, I suppose you know best, being what you are. I don't recommend it, but I guess it's not for mortal men to know the will of the gods. I wish you luck, my friend. I see you haven't gone and got yourself killed without me. Was there anything else I can do for you? Ha, the gods are wise. It took you bloody long enough to come to your senses. Of course I'll go with you. I'm ready when you are. So, you've remembered that you'd kept Virgil waiting, eh? I'd say you're just a bit late in returning, friend. Well, far be it from me to question the supreme intellect of Nasruddin. I'm sure you had a good reason for acting the inconsiderate arse. I live only to serve thee. But you keep me waiting that long again, and it won't go well for you. Whenever you're ready. Caledon! This is truly my home. I have always wanted to return here, but fear kept me away. I am truly free now. The Ring of Brodgar. I sense something. There is magic here. Though it is still strong, it is fading slowly. Looks like Tarant. I grew up here with Lawrence and my family. I've many good memories here. It is sad, though. I can see now that industry is choking this place. I cannot rightly say, I'm afraid. The Silver Lady holds the answer for us. I am certain of it. We must go speak with her of this Aranax person. The Silver Lady told us that our answer lies with Nasruddin. I do not think she was referring to you, eh? We should go to the Central Panari Temple in Caledon. Nasruddin's remains are buried there. We need to get to Thanatos to locate the real grave of Nasruddin. This is not going to be an easy task, however. The Isle of Death is aptly named, overrun with monsters, if one believes the tales. We are meant to traverse the wastes of Vendigroth in search of that device Nasruddin mentioned. Not an easy task by any means. It seems that the time has come for us to be banished, I'm afraid. So it's off to the Ring of Brodgar for us, then. Gods, to think I'm actually going to my own banishment willingly. Well, wonders never cease. Well, this is what our quest has been pointing towards all along, isn't it? We need to locate and kill the notorious Aranax. This is quite the turn of events, eh? Aranax, the ultimate evil, defeated and contrite. Let's find this Kurgan and put an end to this whole affair, shall we? Ha! It looks like we should have taken better care of that Vendigroth device, eh? We'd best find this powerful weapon that Bane fellow spoke of. Yes, Joachim, and I have seen much, but I still remember the lessons you taught me. They have brought me through all of this, even through death itself. Your recent actions are a bit troubling. If I knew you held regret for them, it would ease my heart a bit. It is forgotten, then. If that is how you feel, then so be it. I mean no disrespect, madam, but I don't trust this bastard one bit. Bloody convenient he just happened to show up here just now, don't you think? Excuse my language, madam. I mean no disrespect, sir, but I don't trust this bastard one bit. Bloody convenient he just happened to show up here just now, don't you think? Oh, excuse my language, sir. I've dealt with buggers, individuals like this before. Perhaps you'll let me talk with him for a few minutes. Thank you, I'll take care of this. You there! What exactly are you doing up here? And what gives you the right to ask so many questions? Fine. I'm sure you know what's best to do. But be careful with him. I don't like the look in his eye. Oh, really? Listen, I came from Shrouded Hills myself. It's at least a day's journey from here. There's no way you could have traveled here that fast. I think you're lying, sir. No, I don't think you understand. I'm asking the questions here, and I don't like your answers. I'm going to ask you one more time. Why are you here? Oh, I think difficult is the best way, sir. I find that there's fewer questions afterwards. I'm ready to begin this discussion whenever you are. That was close. That man very well could have killed us both. Believe me, I've seen his kind before. It was all bluster. I'm no bloody warrior. But sometimes you have to be able to act the part. You learn such things it's just something I've learned. Fear is a powerful weapon. Something is very wrong here. I think we'd best get out of here as soon as possible. What type of healing do you want? I am finished. I will not follow you. Your self-righteousness makes me sick. I will not follow someone with such a dark soul. I dislike you far too much to actually consider joining with you. I see. I'll wait here, meditating on the scriptures until you return. If that is how you feel, then good day to you, madam. If that is how you feel, then good day to you, sir. It is done. I will not do that, madam. I will not do that, sir. Please watch yourself, madam. Being hit inadvertently hurts as much as being struck purposely. Please watch yourself, sir. Being hit inadvertently hurts as much as being struck purposely. That's the way to show those bastards. Good hit, madam. That's the way to show those bastards. Good hit, sir. Are you blind? What in God's... better luck next time. I do not like to travel with that many people. It makes me uncomfortable. I won't follow you because I simply don't like you. You are far too inexperienced for me to seriously consider adventuring with you. I've had enough of all this religious claptrap. You can die on your own. I will handle that for you, madam. I will handle that for you, sir. What are you doing? This is our friend. How could you have us attack such a good-natured creature? I'll not tolerate this for much longer. Madam, I demand you stop. These are my people. Sir, I demand you stop. These are my people. Stop. These are my friends that you're attacking! You are becoming far too righteous for my tastes. Your evil tendencies are beginning to trouble me. I am beginning to seriously hate you, madam. I am beginning to seriously hate you, sir. I've been seriously hurt, madam. Please help me. Ugh! I've been seriously hurt, sir. Please help me. I suppose you're wondering what the newspaper's all about. Lawrence Brummond. He was my brother. I told you that he'd been in an accident. Well, you see the kind of accident it was. Look, I just don't want to talk about it anymore. It was so long ago. I've buried those ghosts. I don't want to let them out again. No, I don't want to speak of it ever again. Just leave me alone. I'm sorry, Lawrence. I'm so sorry. Yes, I know him. I know him very well. I always knew this day would come. We all make our choices, and I've made mine. You should not have come here. Oh, of course. Forgive me. Allow me to introduce you to the elder Joachim. No, Joachim. You will do absolutely nothing. Not to my friend here, nor to me. Your powers are weak, old man. I have learned much since you took me in so long ago. I would recommend you leave us be and go on your way. I will warn you only once. Hold on a moment. Might I speak with you? What he is saying, it's not completely untrue. I've seen the places he speaks of, felt the peace and serenity of that great Dead Sea. It's not something I'll ever forget. Of course not. I made my choice a long time ago, and I choose to stand with you. Yes, there is pain in life, pain and loss and sorrow. But there is also joy and the pleasures of growing and learning. You can't have one without the other, and I wouldn't want to sacrifice either. But in the end, I stand with you, whatever your choice. What? How dare you, old man? Do you have any idea who you're talking about? Nasruddin was the wisest and most benevolent elf in the history of Arcanum. He saved us all, and that includes you. So I recommend you keep your comments to yourself. Worthless? Why, I ought to... No, I'm not going to sink to your level, old man. Nasruddin would have had more patience with men of your kind, and so will I. I don't have to defend him. You're testing my patience, old man. Another bad word about Nasruddin, and it might just be the last one you say on both feet. Do we understand one another? Yes, I am of the Panari. I am Virgil, a new acolyte, but strong in my beliefs. Who are you? Oh, my. Master, please forgive me. I didn't know. I mean, I thought you had been reborn. Greetings, great Nasruddin. Wait, do you see that man? The one at the front of the temple? That's Alexander, first acolyte of the Panari Church. I never thought I'd actually lay eyes on him. The man's a living legend. Joachim used to tell me stories about him. Not a nobler soul in all of Arcanum, it said. And he's a skilled warrior as well. Not the sort you want to tangle with. Hold on there. Do you two realize exactly what you're talking about here? Perhaps this is an interesting philosophical debate for you two, but we're talking about the foundations of the Panari religion here. I mean, if you're not dead, that means you're not his reincarnation. Where the bloody hell does that leave the rest of us? Are any of the prophecies true? Have all of us Panari just been running around half-cocked for the last 2,000 years? I mean no disrespect, Nasruddin, but if you don't have any idea as to what's going on here, then you'll forgive me if I'm having a few doubts concerning the validity of my newfound religion. No, I wouldn't. And I will see this until the end, regardless of the reasons behind it. Thank you, Nasruddin. At the very least, your wisdom warrants a religious movement, even if its followers tend to be a bit soft in the head. He must have me confused with someone else. I've never been here before. Well, that's simply coincidence, I'm certain. Who are you going to believe? Me or some murderous thug who'd as soon slit your throat as look at you? Who are you going to believe? Me or some murderous thug who'd as soon slit your throat as look at you? By the gods! I died! Thank you for resurrecting me. I'm not ready to face death just yet. Of course. You needn't even ask. Will there be anything else? Ah, please, release me from this torture. Hello again, madam. How can I be of service to you? Hello again, sir. How can I be of service to you? My thanks to you for resurrecting me, my friend. It's about time you got around to resurrecting me. I suppose you're looking for my thanks. For now, I suppose. I have nothing better to be doing. Get away from me! Please, release me! I can't stand the pain. It hurts! I've been waiting for this, you pompous fool! I suppose you've returned looking for my thanks. I suppose you want me to thank you for resurrecting me. Yes, what is it? Why not? Living one. Ha! I'll fix that, swine! I suppose. Let's be on our way. I don't fancy the idea of waiting around here forever, you know. Well, just don't leave me waiting here too long, ma'am, or I won't be here when you return. Well, just don't leave me waiting here too long, sir, or I won't be here when you return. Fine. After all this time helping you out, killing your enemies, you abandon me like this? I'm so glad that you're safe, madam. I suppose you're assuming I will simply leap at the opportunity to adventure at your side again, eh? Slim chance of that, if I may say so. I'm so glad that you're safe, sir. I suppose you're assuming that I will simply leap at the opportunity to adventure at your side again, eh? Slim chance of that, if I may say so. Leave me alone, dolt. All right, I will travel with you again. It's not as if I have anything better to do. Well, it's about time you came back around to fetch me. I was about to leave. I have better things to be doing than to wait around here for you. Well, I wasn't waiting here for the sheer pleasure of it. Let's depart before I change my mind. That silver lady knows what all this means. I'm sure of it. And she better be forthcoming with the information we need about this Aranax, or we might simply have to set fire to the elf village, eh? The silver lady told us nothing. What in the name of gods is "our answer lies with Nasreddin" supposed to mean? I've had enough of this mystery nonsense. Let's go to Caledon. The remains of Nasreddin are buried under the Panari temple there. The old witch must have been referring to that, eh? Well, obviously we're meant to go to Thanatos to look for the real grave of Nasreddin. I don't like this one bit. I mean, it's not called the Island of Death for no reason. Let's go get that Vendigroth device for that old loon Conwa. Let's go get that Vendigroth device for that old loon Nasreddin. Don't you listen? We're supposed to meet Conwa at the Ring of Brodgar. Don't you listen? Now that we have the device, we're supposed to meet Nasreddin at the Ring of Brodgar. All we need to do is find Aranax. I have to say, I want to shake that fellow's hand. He knew what he had to do, and he did it. Wouldn't listen to any of those spineless council members when they tried to weaken his resolve. Well, this is what our quest has been pointing towards all along, isn't it? We need to locate and kill the notorious Aranax. I, for one, can't wait. This should be a glorious battle. I cannot believe how weak Aranax has become, allowing himself to be captured like that. I am anxious to find this Kurgan. I want to see the man who defeated the infamous Aranax. Damn! It looks like we should have held on to that Vendigroth device. We'd best find this powerful weapon that Bane fellow spoke of. Caledon! I lived here once. I hate this place. This is the Ring of Brodgar. The Panari used to have some dealings with it. I think it was important to them for some reason. Tarant? I don't know much about the place. I don't much like cities. Always feel so crowded, hedged in. I'd rather not say any more about it. I'm not sure why you did it, but you've committed us to slaughtering everyone in Stillwater, so I suppose that is our next step. I'm beginning to see the strength of your determination, and it impresses me. We need to find Conwa, obviously. I must say that I was impressed with the ruthlessness that you demonstrated in Stillwater. Nicely done. Stillwater? I know that all these people are about to die. He's been dead for centuries. He simply isn't aware of it. You have the true spirit of Nasreddin, raining death on those that would oppose you. I do not know from religions and prophecies or reincarnations, but you have proven yourself worthy of my loyalty. This place? You know, it's where the whole bloody circus started. The living one returning on wings of fire and all that. Things were a lot different back then, eh? Something wrong. Not at all. If anything, I'm more myself than I've been in a long time. You've shown me that I don't have to live by some ridiculously stringent moral code. I can be who I want and when I want. So there's nothing wrong with me at all. In fact, I should thank you. So thanks. I'm becoming tired of healing you. What type of healing do you need now? I am finished. I will not follow you. Your self-righteousness makes me sick. I will not follow someone with such a dark soul. You are swine. There's not a chance that I would consider following you, dog. What? After all I've done for you? I'll wait, but I'm not saying how long. If that is how you feel, then so be it. You will die quickly without my help, and I will laugh about it. It is done. You cannot be serious. Do it yourself if you want it done. You'd best not hit me again, accident or not, dog. Ha! Die, you bastards! That will teach them. Are you blind? I won't travel with all these fools. You disgust me. Why would I follow you? You are much too weak for someone of my abilities to follow, worm. You can stay here and die, but I'm leaving. Get out of my way. I'll do that. What are you doing? This is our friend. I cannot believe you would have me attack such a noble creature. We must cease this at once. Sir, I demand you stop. These are my people. Stop. These are my friends you're attacking. You are becoming far too righteous for my tastes. Your evil tendencies are beginning to trouble me. I'm beginning to seriously hate you, fool. You damn fool! I'm dying because of your recklessness.
Yes? What do you need? Ugh! Leave me alone, woman. I've nothing to say to the likes of you. Ugh! Leave me alone. I've nothing to say to the likes of you. Pitiful creature. Why are you wasting my time with your drivel? You're obviously not fit to speak with me. Begone! What? You, an outlander, dare to threaten a dark elf here in Sanang? I could have you killed on the spot for even thinking such a thing. Perhaps I'll do it myself. Fool! You have no idea the trouble you've gotten yourself in. Perhaps I will deign to speak with you for a moment or two. Consider yourself lucky. Perhaps you're right. I may have been a little hasty with my first impressions of you. Perhaps we might speak for a few moments. I am Zan Alurin, warrior priestess of the Dark Elves. And who are you, stranger? You've never before seen the trees of Sanang. Of that I am certain. Honesty. You surprise me. You take a large risk in exposing yourself to me, especially considering what you are. Perhaps you are right, and in more ways than you think. Even I am sometimes mistaken. Maybe you are not the person I thought you were. Good day to you, then. Impressive. That is a lesson that few learn in this life, although it seems so very, very simple. Oftentimes we walk in the shadows while trying to see the light, afraid of facing it before we really understand it. But both the journey and the goal are important, and rarely can we separate the two. Really, I find that a little sad. I don't believe there is a way to separate a creation from its materials. A beautiful statue carved from flawed stone will eventually break, leaving it unwhole and wasted. The way we live our lives can be no different. I see you are not who I thought you were. Farewell. We've nothing left to say to each other. Oh, really? I'd have to say that I think you're very, very wrong. One's name is often a reflection of who they are or what they are doing. To know someone's name is to wield power over them. To give someone your name is often an act of trust. There are many reasons to share gifts, but bravado is the worst of them. And if I were you, I'd fear anyone here knowing your name. We've nothing left to say to one another. Caution is the cloak of the wise. And of the breathing. I can respect a man who holds what is dear to him close to his heart. And I think you have much to hold, stranger. Many thoughts and many secrets. You are correct. I am no stranger to those ways. I, too, hold much in my heart that is not for the eyes of the world. Not often do I meet someone with whom I can share these things. Perhaps it is best that I go. Really? You might be surprised. Am I wrong in assuming that you're seeking answers to questions that lead to even more questions? Do you not bear a great responsibility which sometimes seems no responsibility at all? Am I wrong? I don't know exactly who you are, but I do know that you don't belong here. Sometimes I see things that others cannot. I know that your road has been long and that you're in grave danger by being here. I suppose you could say that meeting me has increased that danger. Don't be a fool. If I posed any threat to you, you would already be dead. I hold your secrets in my mind and in my heart. I don't plan on sharing them with anyone. Yet. That still remains to be seen, but unlike many of my brethren and sisters here, I am seeking answers to difficult questions. Blind devotion to a cause is the easiest path to take, and the most foolish. I wish to shed light on the path ahead and choose the best way to travel. Those answers, I think, begin with you. I see things. When you walked into Sinang, I saw something around you. A great latticework of wood and iron, and it carried a great weight, which weighed nothing at all. These are the visions I see. What they mean, I don't always know. But I do know that you are somehow important to me. What do you know of the Dark Elves? Do you know the differences between us and our cousins in Kintara? I see. Well, the Dark Elves differ from other elves in one important way. They believe that only the elves are fit to rule, that the reason for the current state of our world is due to the fact that the elves no longer guide the other races as they once did. They believe that Aranax was right when he waged war against Nasreddin so many years ago. Aranax and Nasreddin are elves who reputedly lived during the Age of Legends. Some elves wonder if they weren't myths themselves, stories created to lend structure to doctrine and ideology. I myself think they were real. Nasreddin was the leader of the Elven Council, and that council ruled all of Arcanum and passed down law to all of the races. Nasreddin believed in the natural place of all living things, and none more important than the others. If anything, he saw it his place to rule only because of his open-minded philosophy. Aranax believed that the other races were helpless, hapless beings who would destroy Arcanum if left unchecked. He and Nasreddin went to war, and Aranax was defeated, banished forever to the void. The Dark Elves believe in what Aranax stood for. They wish for the elves, and the elves only, to rule over Arcanum. Then you know that the Dark Elves, like Aranax, want Arcanum to once again be ruled by elves, and elves only. They will stop at nothing to make this a reality. They've already done much, and are still doing so. Yes, I am. I am a Dark Elf. Sometimes that is a burden. I don't know exactly what I believe anymore. I see visions, and these visions tell me that there is something very wrong with what the Dark Elves are working for. Something very wrong with all that they have done. I can say no more. All I can tell you is that I do not know if my place is here among them, and that somehow my answers lie with you, and where you are going. But I won't lie about my loyalties. In the end, it is my own answers that I seek. When my choice is made, that is all that will matter. Perhaps not. I do not wish to betray them, nor do I wish to betray myself or you. And I can't say that in the end, I won't betray one or all. Perhaps it is best that I leave all of this. What? You dare to call me coward? Why, I'll destroy... No, I think you're correct. I do need to find my own path, and it is not here among the blind. Perhaps I am blind as well. I see visions of you and where you are going, but I cannot see the choices I will make. I wish you luck on your quest. You would have me, knowing I can make you no promises, knowing that my own answers will always come first? And you have no idea where we are going, and I will not tell you. Not yet. Not until I am sure of the right choice. Yes, it is best that way. Leave me. I must go my own way. Was there anything else? Yes. I will join you on your quest. It may be that I can help you. I pray for your sake that I am not your or the world's undoing. What is it you need? What would you like to know? What did you want me to do? Of course, I'm ready to go when you are. I will wait here. Hopefully, I will be here when you return. Really? Well, I can't say that I blame you. I truly hope we both find what we are looking for. Perhaps someday we shall meet again. Well, it seems our paths cross again. What brings you here? Was there anything else? Yes, I will join you. And to the end we must go. I didn't think I'd see you again. I thought perhaps you had finally decided to go on without me. Perhaps that would have been best. She is right, as misguided and foolish as she may be. I have already told you that in the end I must seek my own answers. It seems you must choose between us. Yes, I will join you, and to the end we must go. I see an ancient house of the defenders, a restless spirit, a place of prophecy. Does that mean anything to you? I see the boy who changed the world, a family who communes with the dead, and someone who might just change the world again. Sometimes the visions are confusing. I wish I knew more about what they meant. I see a man who can fly, and a lie that was buried. Interesting, to say the least. It's unclear. I see an old betrayal, and a place of lost souls. I think this is a very sad place indeed. This is Kintara, home of the elves. Well, some of the elves. I have little else to say of the matter. I see a great axe, and the pain of the one who wields it. I also see a flock of dark birds who speak with two mouths. I wonder what that means. I see where all the great rivers flow. There is also another, watching, waiting, looking for a sign. That is all I can tell you. I see a great wound which strains against its dressing. I see a father's sorrow, and I see an old truth waiting to be found. This is a powerful place, full of pain and magic, and there is much to be learned here. This is Senang, the home of the Dark Elves. I recommend you tread carefully here. Ah! It's so vivid. I see a great storm, and all lost in its raging. I see something else. A thing of death. It's too much. I can't look anymore. I see... What I see is impossible. I'd rather not speak of it. Only what I've told you before. It seems that he is responsible for what is happening to you, and for what is happening to everyone. I think that Aranax has a lot to answer for. Nasreddin? A very powerful elf. It was he that punished Aranax, sending him to the void. For a long time I was taught that Nasreddin was weak, and that it was he who had cursed Arcanum to its fate. Now, I'm not so sure. I'm not very sure about anything anymore. I don't know. If legend tells true, then Aranax is in the void. Somehow, we're going to have to find a way to get banished there. I don't know anyone who has that kind of power. I cannot see anything, or perhaps it is better to say that there is too much to see. But I think we are very close to the answers we seek. The journey for both of us is almost over. I see you turning off your computer. The game is over. You need not play anymore. Are you surprised that I'm angry after the way you've been acting? How could you be so incredibly imperceptive? Sometimes I think you are beyond hope. I suppose if you were to find me some pure elven spring water, I might forgive your shortcomings. I guess I was wrong about you. Perhaps there is hope for you yet. Shall we be on our way? That's much better. Perhaps I was a little short with you before. Forgive me. Shall we continue on? I believe that would be in your best interests, my friend. You're trifling with the wrong woman, my friend. I'll not tolerate this insensitivity for long. Yes, greetings. It's a pleasure to meet you. Hello to you. Yes, so good to see you again. Hello again. Ah, you've returned. Would you like some healing? I'm all finished. How very rude of you. I'd appreciate it if you'd cover yourself. A barbarian? That's almost amusing. Almost. You have an interesting taste in companions. Your magic is impressing no one, and especially not me. I have no time for this. Return when you're done with this foolishness. I don't want to talk with someone I can't see. Please, reveal yourself. Your low character is matched only by your sheer stupidity. What do you want of me? I rarely speak with those of your kind. Please, just leave me alone. Again? What possible reason have you to waste my time? You just don't listen. Get as far away from me as possible. What? Oh, my. You seem to have a small problem. No, I don't think that I'm interested in traveling with someone as morally rigid as yourself. No, I don't like you very much. Farewell, then. I tire of you. Goodbye. Yes, I'll do that for you. I'll do no such thing. Ouch! Watch what you're doing. Nicely done. That wasn't the best attack I've ever seen. No, I think your group is too big already. No, I think you lack the qualities of a good leader. No, you've more of the world to see before I follow you. I must get away from here. Excuse me, but I think I might handle that better. What? Don't do that. Why are you attacking your friends? Stop it. This person is from my village. Leave them alone. How dare you? This person is a friend of mine. I demand you stop right now. I don't think that our moral standards are quite the same. If you continue being so good, I'm afraid I'll be leaving. Thank you for the sentiment. But I do not need anyone to defend me, nor my honor. I am Zan Alurin, and I am a dark elf. And I am not ashamed of that fact, Loghaire Thunderstone. But I am ashamed at what has been done in our name. Believe me, if I could unmake the past, I would do so. So, King of the Dwarves, you assume that all dark elves are the same? That a name determines what is in one's heart? Tell me, Loghaire, have you so soon forgotten Lorik the Abjurer? Yes. Of that I am sure. But tell me, Loghaire, which clan did Lorik claim as his own? I'm sure that you'd like to think so. But the fact is that Lorik was of the Wheel clan. Or had you forgotten to mention that to our friend here? The most evil dwarf in the history of Arcanum was of your clan. So don't speak to me of names and hearts and evil, Loghaire. You have not the right. Grievous errors in judgment? That's what you call the horror that you visited upon Vendigroth, upon all of Arcanum? I am Zan Alurin of the Dark Elves, Aranax. The Dark Elves who have worshipped you despite your defeat at the Ring of Brodgar. Seeing you here in this prison, it seems little has changed. Great Aranax, the eternally vanquished. Good reason. Do you have any idea what your bravado did to our world? To my people? My whole life I have been taught that the elves are somehow better than the other races. Great evil has been done because you taught us to think this way. And that is wrong, Aranax. Terribly, terribly wrong. Because of you, there's not a day that goes by that I don't curse the blood in my veins. You know, there's only one reason I am here. When my vision showed me what was to come, I saw a way to right all of the wrongs that have been done by my people. I came here to kill you, Aranax. I could no longer live with the shared guilt of the Dark Elves, and your death seem the only way to make things right. No, I don't think that is the way. I have no reason to blame you for the evil of another. And more importantly, you've shown me that I have no reason to blame myself. And I see you, Aranax, sitting in an old elven grove and bathed in sunlight. And you are free, Aranax. You are finally free. Thank you, my friend, for bringing me back from the lands of the dead. It was a frightening experience, and I'm glad to be back among the living. Yes, I think I would like that very much. Let us continue. Greetings. Was there anything else? Ah, I see. I've been killed, and now my visions are those of the dead. So much pain here, so much sorrow. Please, don't leave me here. I still have so much to do. Thank you for resurrecting me. I am indebted to you, my friend.